is not fun. You'll hear the scare things that people on the internet and also some medical folks will scare you with. Well, actually, I should tell you how I got religion, so to speak, around taking care of my diabetes. When I was feeling unquenchable thirst in 1979. I was living in New Jersey, and I couldn't take the bus into the city to work because I couldn't stay on, had no restroom on the bus. I couldn't last an hour without having to go to a men's room. And so there was a woman that lived across the street from me, and I explained this to her. She says, "Oh, I bet you have diabetes." Really? So I didn't have a doctor, 39 years old, no doc. So I went to my son's pediatrician. That makes a lot of sense. And he did tests, just like we all do. And then he said, "Go sit down in my waiting room and I'll let you know what the results are." And about 5 minutes later, the door to his office opened a peek and I could see his face. And he looked for me in the waiting room and he saw me and he said, "You've got diabetes." And by now, the waiting room is filled with mostly women with children and so forth. And I was mortified because that's a very public way to find out something like that. So I did the only thing I could do. I went into denial. And that felt good to me. Just forget about it. I won't think, like I related to what you were saying earlier. So later on, I moved to New York City, separated from my family for a whole variety of reasons, and started to see a new doctor. And after one of his examinations, I'm in his office, and I was 41 at the time. And he's looking over the records, and he says, "You might make it to 50. 9 years later. But you might not have your legs or your eyesight." And I was shocked. And so I said, I was about to ask him what, and he interrupted me. He said, "You've got to lose weight. You weigh too much." Okay, Dr. Brown, how much should I weigh? You'll love this answer. He said, I expected him to say, "Well, your body frame and your age and 6 other things you should," and give me a number. That's not what he did. He said, "When you stand in front of a full-length mirror naked and you like what you see, you're there."
God.
I'm here to tell you I've never been happy looking at my naked body. As a matter of fact, you all know gravity wins, right? It pulls everything down. Pretty soon, I'll be walking on my knees. It's challenging, right? So I finally, that really got me going, and I joined the Roadrunners Club in New York. I ran over 30 10K races in a year, and I just became incredibly fit and lost a ton of weight and began the process of ownership, owning my diabetes. I know I'm going to have it for the rest of my life, so why not make friends with it? It's a heck of a lot easier to work with something that is part of you and a friend of you, not something you hate and push away. Get away from me. No, it's part of me. And I'm so motivated by helping myself that I love helping others as well.